Alright, very late. 3:14. Yeah, I shouldn't be up. Got a lot of work to get done tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Anyway, shouldn't be doing this shit. Thunderfoot video. Yeah, I haven't done this dealing with the Quran crap videos. I'm going to show you real quick. My little toolboxy thing is getting pretty slick. You can't really select text on this stupid page. Science and education for the win. So see if I select that text up there, and then I load the little box. You say science education for the win. It says it right there. And now you can do all kinds of searches. So you can search on Twitter. You can search on Google. Just click the button, and there you go. And the results. So John Paul Prime said something about it. And I don't know why they're saying something about the title of Thunderfoot's thing. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyway, pretty cool. And of course you can do the, commenting on videos and links to videos and all that kind of crap. So it's getting better and better. Working on it and such. And yeah, even self-loads. It does a lot of things I can't explain. But anyway, let's do this thing. So this is his latest video.
I could quite easily burn a Bible, and it's exceptionally unlikely that any Christians would even raise an eyebrow. After all, we live in a country where this is acceptable as free speech.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid, because obviously you can't even, people have done stuff like that, and go ahead and do that. Make that a regular habit and see where it gets you on YouTube. Go ahead and let's see how long your account lasts. If you burn a Bible or wipe your ass with a Bible, you can't even show shit on YouTube. Come on, get real.
See all these bags everywhere, this filth that is overrun this country. It's our job to preach to you guys.
Islam is the only religion I know of where an act is...
Oh, well, come on. I mean, what, they said fag, and so that's your definition of expansive freedom? Go ahead and start insulting that bitch's God and see what that bitch might do. Start burning her Bible in front of her.
Vanilla. Destroying their profit can lead to millions of dollars in damage. Embassies burning.
Well, get real. It can lead to billions of dollars in damage, and the point is why do it? Why keep... Why, it's just stupid. I mean, what psychologist would tell you that the way you deal with a kid who's misbehaving is to, rip the head off its stuffed animal? I mean, no psychologist would say that's how you train a child. Okay, you're being so fucking stupid here. You don't fight fire with fucking fire.
Over 100 dead. Islam is the only religion I know of that would endorse religiously sanctioned murder for money.
This is just so stupid. Anyway, look, we've had a whole bunch of fucking lunatics blow up abortion clinics, shoot doctors in this country over this Christian hysteria. So this is just bullshit. Fanatics do this kind of stuff, and as this country gets further and further into the rat hole, and we blow ourselves into the fucking goddamn third world, yeah, those fanatics are going to get just as fucking crazy as those Islamabadi ones, okay? Fanaticism is fanaticism, and you don't fight it by burning things.
Ordinarily reactionary challenge to the idea of free expression that had occurred in my lifetime. The theocratic head of a foreign state offers money in his own name for the suborning of murder. The offence being that of writing...
Yeah, I know. You know what the simple reaction to that should have been is that we should have put a bounty on the Ayatollah's head. Okay, we just should have said, well, look, if Rushdie gets killed, okay, then we're putting a $1 billion bounty on the Ayatollah's head. Okay, I mean, that would have been the way to fight that kind of disgusting extortion.
Work of fiction, and the purported victim, or intended victim, being someone who isn't an Iranian and lives in England. It was rather the same feeling as I later had on the 11th of September 2001, a direct confrontation between everything I love and everything I hate.
Within hours of the fatwa, 6 people had died and more than 160 had been wounded in violent demonstrations.
This is just such bullshit. Again, 9/11 was not about fucking goddamn religion. It was about our interference okay, in the Middle East. And it was about Israel. It's about a long fucking history of our interventionism, you fucking bastards. So why don't you just get off these people's ass, and they'll get off your ass.
Demonstrations against the satanic verses in Pakistan and India.
I can't remember when it was now precisely that we got the news that his Italian translator had been horribly attacked, and his Japanese translator had actually been murdered, but it was quite soon afterwards, I seem to remember.
In its ability to keep entire countries like Afghanistan in the Dark Ages, it's unparalleled.
Look, again, anybody who makes a death threat against somebody else for money, alright, you just have a national policy that says we'll double it for the fucker who just made that threat, okay? Kill the fucker who made that threat and we'll pay you twice as much as he's offering. I mean, you know, fuck this shit. But you don't, I mean, what's the point? Like I said, stay out of these people's fucking goddamn country, you jackasses.
They are very bad people.
The Taliban demonstrated how much they don't like
You know, if these Talibamis were fucking goddamn in goddamn America telling us how to goddamn live, alright, there'd be a whole bunch of Christian fanatics blowing shit up and fighting back. I mean, this is just so unfucking fair to play this goddamn game. They're the ones that have nothing, you fucker.
Education earlier this month. 3 children were killed and 40 others injured when a school was bombed as it opened just over the border in Pakistan. Teaching even the most basic arithmetic is seen as a threat to their ideology.
And then there's this obsession with the Quran.
The consequence is we have this single book, which is imagined to be the best book on any subject ever written, never to be superseded by any human effort at any point in the future.
Look, this is the tactic of every cult in existence, okay, is to keep people ignorant. The Jehovah's Witnesses won't watch the news, alright? This is the way that kind of philosophy works. The point is how do you argue with it? How do you change it? Do you change minds by offending them? Do you change their mind by rubbing their nose in some sort of stink or stench? Alright? I mean, this is the bullshit of this. So, I mean, burning Bibles won't get you anywhere. Burning Korans won't get you anywhere. It's not going to open anybody's fucking mind.
Now, this is a problem, because this is a profoundly mediocre book. Okay? It is dangerous to say this. It is suicidal to say this as a Muslim. It is true. And we have to grapple with this fact. And the idea that this is the best book ever written on any subject can only be maintained in a kind of fantastical intellectual isolation. And this isolation has actually been achieved in the Arab world to an astonishing degree. Some of you probably have heard this fact, but the country of Spain translates more of the world's literature and learning into Spanish every year than the entire Arab world has translated into Arabic since the 9th century. That's scary. It's scary given that the contents of this book really offers precious little rationale.
Yeah, well, whatever. Let's find out how many Chinamen have read Shakespeare or something. I mean, what's, you know, the fact that people live in societies that should be more open is that what this is about? No, this is about burning fucking books, you idiots.
Living in a sane and pluralistic global civilization.
I wonder, you know, Thunderfoot's using Sam Harris. I wonder if Sam Harris would advocate that you fight this with a blowtorch.
I mean, damn, the leader of the most populous Islamic country on the planet said that the rest of the world not conforming with Islamic laws, such as respect the Quran, would pose a threat to world peace. And it looks like his assessment of his religion had a significant grain of truth. For when merely one Quran was banned, over 20 innocent people were killed by an Islamic mob, some of them beheaded. I mean, just think about that for a second. Someone...
Yeah, well, why don't you think about what happened in America, okay, you know, in the late 70s and going into the 80s. There's a bunch of these, little semi-military, right-wing Christian groups out there. There was lots of shit going on here. We've had our own branch Davidians, you know, these armed and dangerous lunatics. So it's all sitting there, the undercurrent of it. We had Timothy McFucking-Veigh, you idiot. Alright? Why don't you talk about Timothy fucking McVeigh?
Offends your beliefs, and you have another random person in front of you. What would it take for you to go and find a knife, and personally, with your own hands, cut an innocent person's head off?
Yeah, well, why don't, like, again, so if a bunch of Timothy McVeighs ran our country, all right, yeah, I mean, they don't mind blowing up women and children. They'll just say you got to teach people a lesson. That'll be their rationale. So let's not just pretend that this is some sort of thing that's only in Islam. It can happen anywhere, anytime, and you don't fight it with goddamn fucking fire.
Saw through the skin, the flesh, the veins, the arteries, cartilage, and so on.
Oh, blah, 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 blah,
this person is begging for their life.
Oh,
to do that,
come on.
The honor of your religion. And then afterwards to think that you did the right thing.
Yeah, right. And we fucking took Saddam Hussein, just a regular despot, right? Just as routine and regular as any other, and we pulled his head off. We pulled his fucking head off. Shit.
That's messed up at a level that has to be addressed. That's a level of crazy that makes the most off-the-wall creationist look sane and balanced. I mean, really. There is no...
And, you know, using other people's comic routines to your benefit for some perverse little point. This is just such a cheap fucking maneuver. You don't have the guts to stand in front of the camera. So why don't you do that, Thunderfoot? Why don't you do a comic routine, okay? Put on a little Batman makeup or something. Be a funny man once in a while. And so everybody can take advantage of that and play that clip forever and ever and ever in the wrong context. To take it out of context and distort it and pervert it. Be a little snarky little queer like you.
That would describe such behavior in any other terms than psychopathic, comparable to the sickest of killers. The religion of Islam induced this behavior in these people.
Yeah, right. Okay, you know, this whole killing thing, right? We killed 1 million babies with our stupid sanctions in Iraq under Clinton, right? But look at that! Look at all the death and the mayhem by Bush, this fucking homicidal maniac, and now we're fucking hunting down in some little pretense of we're saving Libya for democracy, and they're basically just trying to assassinate Gaddafi now. How the fuck can you talk this bullshit when we're out there creating this mayhem? 200 cruise fucking missiles dropped on these people. I mean, fuck you. I'd be fucking goddamn. You know, making sounds like I want to rip your fucking heads off too. You cunt.
Because someone burned a book.
Yeah, it's not about burning a fucking goddamn book in the first place. It's about, like I said, if we weren't in their country and in their face, they wouldn't give a fuck what we were doing. Okay? And that's the goddamn truth.
Now, historically, that might not be that different from Christianity. Well, at least for the best part of the last 2,000 years. But the Enlightenment changed Christianity. Domesticated it, if you like. From a religion that thought that mental illnesses were in fact possessions by demons, or that witches should be burnt, or that battles were won or lost depending on whether God was on your side.
Our national leaders are sending them out on a task that is from God. That's what we have to make sure that we're praying for, that there is a plan and that plan is God's plan.
Well, mostly domesticated. But that's history. And today, now, Islam is in a class of its own in its ability to feel violent adherence.
There is, I'm happy to say, a religion of peace in this world, but it's not Islam. To call Islam a religion of peace, as we hear ceaselessly reiterated, is completely delusional. Now,
yeah, well, whatever. Like I said, are we the representative of peace in the world with our fucking atomic bombs and our nuclear subs and our aircraft carriers and our cruise fucking missiles? This fucking hypocrisy here is disgusting.
actually is a religion of peace. Jainism is the core principle of Jainism is nonviolence. Gandhi got his nonviolence from the Jains. The crazier you get as a Jain, the less we have to worry about you. It is.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if that's true, you know, because there's a point where, yeah, they're not just going to be about, well, I guess it's always going to be about their own karma.
This is, Jain extremists are actually, they are paralyzed by their pacifism. Jain extremists just, they can't take their eyes off the ground when they walk lest they step on an ant. They filter every sip of water through cheesecloth lest they swallow and thereby kill a bug.
Yeah, well, you know what? But this should illustrate to people that all these people, the whole fucking human race, is generally speaking motherfucking crazy. All right, and crazy people do crazy things. So yes, some crazy philosophies are harmless. Some crazy philosophies aren't. The point is to stop making people crazy. You know, to uncrazy the human race. That's the job. And you're not going to do it by burning shit.
Say they're vegetarian. So the problem is, notice, the problem is not religious extremism. Okay, because extremism is not a problem if your core beliefs are truly nonviolent. The problem isn't fundamentalism. Which you often hear this said. These are euphemisms. I mean, the only problem with Islamic fundamentalism are the fundamentals of Islam.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just such crap, okay? Any religion in the hands of fundamentalists, if there was fundamentalist Christians, if they really read the Bible, okay, they'd be throwing fucking stones at people. So get fucking real.
At the moment that I have focused vigorously at times on Islam, we must not allow the import, by threat of violence, of such ideas into the West. Ideas like religious censorship, be they imported by either the letter of the law or their de facto observance by threat of force. Sadly, the import has already begun, with free governments publicly caving to such pressure, the United Kingdom among them. We, ironically...
Well, look, the corporation you're trying to get 35 grand from is also guilty of this censorship, so fuck you.
The folk here on YouTube and Facebook and other social networking sites, those who have acted, both now and previously, have arguably had a bigger effect on repelling this import of religious dogma than many who would have seemed more cunning.
Oh, please. Who the fuck do you think is going to get persuaded, alright? Nobody. You're born to the fucking religion, alright? Or you're using it as a political weapon. And that's it. Those are the only two you know, make people poor enough, and yeah, they'll grab any kind of cult, anything that says, I'm going to kill those other fuckers.
Due to our protest over the last week or so, hundreds of thousands to millions of digital copies of the Quran have gone up in smoke to highlight the absurdity of these religious laws that some of its adherents...
well, whatever. Like I say, absurdity is the key word. I mean, so you're proving absurdity by doing something absurd. I mean, it just... that's not how you do it. You prove it by being better than them, not just as bad as them.
Are willing to behead the innocent over. And yeah, because of your actions, the next time someone does something like this, and it's discussed in the West, the reply can simply be, but millions of copies of the Quran have been burnt to demonstrate the absurdity of these religious laws. And you did nothing about it. Why are you worked up now? It's that simple. Diffusion of the threat by dilution. Decentralized.
Yeah, dilution. It's just so silly. Yeah, so if you just keep piling on the insults, you keep build a wall of shit, and somehow it doesn't smell. Somehow it makes us look good. I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. It makes you look like a bunch of assholes, a bunch of redneck motherfucking assholes.
If you like. It's relatively easy for folks to get upset about a single, unique action. It's much more difficult.
I mean, you know, what kind of comparisons can you make, okay? I mean, personally, I'm a vegetarian. I'm an animal rights sort of advocate. If somebody wanted to prove to me that they don't believe that animals have rights, that animals can feel, that animal suffering matters, and so they're going to prove it to me by just pulling the heads off kittens all day, What do you think my reaction's going to be? It's not going to be, oh well, he's entitled to his opinion. No, it's going to be something a little more. Fuck you.
Response between burning the 145,349,121st and the 145,349,122nd.
Right. So if you go out and kill 1,000,000 kittens, that somehow now that's going to make me feel all better now because you killed 1,000,000 kittens, and somehow it's diluted, and that's going to make me less angry. It's going to make me less hostile. God, this is so fucking stupid. This is so fucking stupid.
The Quran. I mean, really, what was so special about that last one that you are so worked up about? We set the precedent by decentralized global action. In this case, burning hundreds of thousands.
You know, you just pretend that everything is insincere. And like I said, I have complete contempt for the ignorance that Islam stands for. But I mean, how can you fucking justify this as an argument?
Millions of copies of the Quran, and that's peanuts. Several have written programs that could destroy billions of copies of the Quran every year. Yeah, welcome to the digital age. And sure, all of those Qurans were created specifically for...
Right. So we can burn everything in effigy, and we can burn the American flag digitally, and somehow that'll change the symbolism. I mean, this is just fucking goddamn nursery school games you're playing here.
For this protest, there was no attempt to systematically destroy all Qurans. This was not a book burning of old. This was targeted specifically at showing the absurdity.
Yeah, but why would you do something that looks like the book burning of old? Why would you do something that has the look of it? Burning shit is not a good thing to do. Destroying things is not a good thing to do. It's not rational. It's fucking irrational.
These religious laws in the modern age. And because of this protest, it will be harder for anyone advocating such dogma to be outraged at the burning of just one more Quran.
Yeah, again, like I said, if somebody spits on your kid, you're going to get pissed off. Alright? And as much as I say all this religious crap is bullshit, it's their kid. Alright? And so you're going to fuck with their kid, and then you're going to say, no, they don't have a right to be pissed off. I mean, it's just stupid.
And thereby we have reduced the pressure on legislators to introduce laws to appease those who would see the reintroduction of Dark Age concepts such as religious dogma into the West. This is why Drama Hamaday is returning, disarming dogmatic threats by dilution. The only question is, are you going to be in the ranks?
Yeah, again, like I said, if you did this on some subject like animal rights or something, you would create terrorists. Trust me, you would. You would create people who would say, I'm not taking that shit from these fuckers. So just go ahead. Ferment anger. Ferment it. And, you know, asshole. Feed the anger. Feed it. Feed it. Feed it. Feed it. You stupid idiot.
As setting the precedent such that the next generation does not have to live in fear of religious dogma imposed by religious violence.
Yeah, and you don't have that threat, okay? There's no threat of the fucking Sharia law or any of this other crap in the United States of America. There's no threat to you.
Yeah, because extremism is not a problem if your core beliefs are truly nonviolent. The problem isn't fundamentalism.
No, the problem is you can't win a war by being non-violent, okay? Adolf Hitler doesn't lose the war because a bunch of non-violent people say, stop it, Adolf, we don't like what you're doing. You know, sometimes you got to get in there and you got to fucking fight. You got to fight for what you believe in. The fact that these assholes are fighting, okay, that's what they're doing, okay? They're dying. They're dying for their beliefs. What are you doing?
Which you often hear this said. These are euphemisms. I mean, the only problem with Islamic fundamentalism are the fundamentals of Islam. Now, we have Mullah Omar and Osama bin Laden and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. These guys agree about the nature of reality and how to live within it. And the problem is they are giving a very plausible version of the faith. Osama bin Laden is not the Reverend Jim Jones of the Muslim world. It would be wonderful if he were, but the problem is
Yeah, well, again, you're combining again the politics with the religion, and there's really no point in doing it. All right, because that's what you're doing. It's just Osama bin Laden is a creature created by politics, not a creature created by religion. Jesus Christ.
A truly straightforward version of Islam, and you really have to be an acrobat to figure out how he's distorting the faith. Now, if these guys were Jains, or Buddhists, or Amish, or Quakers, it would be patently obvious how they were distorting their religion. I mean, in fact, their behavior would be unintelligible. Okay? It is not obvious by the light of Islam, and this is just a fact we have to speak honestly about.
I don't even see the point of that.
Quite easily burn the Bible, and it's exceptionally unlikely that any Christians would even raise an eyebrow.
Is that the end? Yeah. Anyway, fuck. Stupid video. Yeah, well, again, all these religions have New Testaments, Old Testaments, wacky, crazy crap in them. You know, and everybody's going to do their own editing. And, yeah, so this doesn't have anything to do with anything. Again, it's just, whatever. This is just no way to convert the world to rationality. It's just stupid. It's counterproductive. There, I should have just said that. Counterproductive. Yeah. So it's not science and education for the win. It's burning shit for the win. Yeah. I don't think so. Burning shit for the lose. I think we'll put that as the title to the video. Yeah, good enough. Let's see if anybody made any comment on this stupid comment thing. Nobody's commenting. Fuckers. Oh, here we go. Here's a new comment. Clear and explicit, I think. Glad you are mentioning logic. Good. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff there. What the hell? Oh, okay. It's missing the icon. No big deal. Yeah, good. Alright, anyway. Till next time. And so forth. Alright, long video. I don't know where I'm going to put it now.